This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, God. Hello, everybody. This is Kubernetes Contributor Summit Planning, KubeCon Detroit, North America, September 26th. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, newly fall autumn day. It's nice and chilly here, and I love it. If you wouldn't mind, put your name into the agenda. I will lazy link it for everyone and anyone. I see that Kubernetes Zoom is continuing to do it, but dang it, I want to do it too. As this is a Kubernetes thing, keep in mind we have a code of conduct, TLDR, be awesome to each other, don't be a jerk. With that, lead updates. Really, there's only one big thing that Bob and I want to make sure we push, and that's getting more CFP comms out. We definitely want to see a larger pool. As much as we have unconference, it would be nice to have some more structured content that is not really focused on new contributors, but more applicable to some of the long-standing maintainers as well. That's pretty much it there. Also, I think technically we're what, T-minus less than a month? Yeah. Wild. Any questions for leads? Otherwise, we'll move on to CNCF updates. All right, Brienne, take us away.
So I don't have too many updates. Just kind of plugging away at things. Let's see, Deluxe Flux. We are so close. We're working on just some final questions and details. And I think that'll definitely be ready to go and assigned and ready to announce this week. Awards have also all been ordered, thanks to Ray and all the hard work we put in on those last week. Those who will be attending the summit, those will be delivered to the venue. Anyone that is unable to attend, those are going to be delivered to their individual residences. Signage order is also being finalized this week. So if you have any requests, changes, edits, anything like that, please let me know this week so we can get that going. And SIG meet and greet. We did confirm the space. The room is going to be 258 and 259, and we have that reserved Friday, October 28th, and that's going to be from 12:30 to 2:30. And kind of going along with that, I'm also finalizing all room layouts and requests and everything this week and next week. So if anybody has any updates, if you need to change a layout or if you need something AV wise, please let me know as soon as possible, so I can just make sure I get that in. Obviously, we'll be able to make edits later on as well, but just as many as I can get in, sooner the better. So keep that in mind. Oh, and going back to Deluxe Flux, also, we will be able to use their PA system. So we are able to use or put together a Spotify playlist. So if you want to start thinking of, songs or playlists or ideas, we can start working on that as well. But that's pretty much all I had this week.
Okay, so in the beginning, I was slightly worried and wanted to ask if there is any risk of us not being able to sign a contract with Deluxe Flux, but based on that last bit, it sounds like it's more just time, not things lining up, correct?
Yeah, no, I think I don't have any concerns. I don't see why it wouldn't be signed. It's been tricky because the person that is their event manager is part-time, and I think she works maybe 2 days a week. Oh. So it's just been incredibly slow going back and forth with questions or changes. So that's kind of been the holdup there. But I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be able to be signed this week.
Cool.
Quick follow-up question to that. Do you see any reason why we couldn't say update the website and all that with the information on Deluxe Flux and send out comms ahead of time, even if it isn't 100% signed yet?
I'm going to leave that to you. I mean, personally, just being myself, I would hold off, but I don't see why we couldn't either, because like I said, I'm pretty confident that it's going to happen. I would leave that up to your discretion, and you can decide if you want to put that out there or not. Like I said, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't go through, why it's not going to happen. And, you know, I don't see why we couldn't share it, but I think that's kind of up to you guys.
I personally, like, I got no problem staging PRs and whatnot, but I wouldn't necessarily merge them until the contract is signed. Call me that little bit of paranoid.
Yeah, I just need to, like I said, I've got the latest version from them this morning.
Oh.
And Deb and I are both kind of doing a final review, and then once that's good, we just need to send it off to Angela, part of our team, and then she'll do the final signature. So it's, like I said, really, really close.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bob. I think you and I are gonna actually split brain here. I'm just paranoid about, for some reason, the contract not getting signed, and then it's like we have to. Just kidding, we're not going here, and then we scramble, right? I would rather delay comms like 4 or 5 days and wait for the signed contract. This is a weekly held opinion, though.
I mean, personally, that is what I would tend to lean more towards that as well. Just err on the side of caution. You know, it's easier to let people know for sure once you do know for sure, rather than to have to go back out and re-announce something. So, I mean, as a best practice, that is kind of what I would tend to follow as well. But again, I'm going to leave that to you.
Yeah, it's mostly like I was just thinking, like if we went having to delay like another week again.
I will point out, usually I'm the one that shoots from the hip. I'm the one that like throws concern to the wind. Brian, do you think we'll know by end of week, like realistically?
I do. Yeah. I don't see why we shouldn't have it. Honestly, hopefully midweek, I'm going to push Angela as much as we can to kind of get it signed. I mean, I'm antsy to get it done too, because I want to be able to finalize details just as much as you do. So
Yep.
I don't see why it definitely wouldn't happen by the end of the week.
Okay. Then I would say we wait, and then if by end of week we don't know, then like we'll just go and start hounding.
Yeah.
That'll be on us. All right, does anyone have any questions for Brienne? Otherwise we can move on. Cool. I do not see Jason on. So we will not get a content update unless one of his shadows is on. I need to open up the participant list. All right.
I can just because I looked at the submission forms this morning. There hasn't been a whole lot in terms of submissions. I think 8 total, if I recall correctly, and one of them is going to be like a Tuesday half-day session. I had posted a list in chat last week of the items that people suggest, like, you know, they said that they were interested in potentially hearing about. So it might just be time for some individual, like, reaching out and recruitment.
All right. Well, this is nice and timely. Caslin, as I see you are typing as well.
Yes, I am. I was just working on the Slack message to the SIGs for the CFP. Opinions on which channels in the Slack you want that to go out to? Might as well just ask on the call.
All the main SIG channels plus like Kubernetes contributors, chairs, and tech leads.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right, so I'll get that sent out. I also have a tweet that I'm working on right now. So we've got Slack, we've got Twitter, and we'll want to make sure that we get an email out. I'll put a ping in on that to my shadows after this. Cool. So CFP comms this week, Slack, Twitter, email. Other comms that are needed this week or imminently. Also, welcome to Comms with Caslin.
I don't want to be too pedantic, but SIG and working group Slack channels.
Okay, yes. Good call.
Just in case. No, I'm good. No, no,
Great
it's
idea. Love the
no, it's not.
enthusiasm.
No, it's US politics season. My phone is blowing up every day. I'm done.
It's terrible.
Okay. Thank you, Caslin. Let's move on to Reg. I do not see Nabrun on here.
Yeah, I will replace him. So
Will
Reg
you
is
now?
still- Okay, so we're just still growing, and if you check the document, we still have like people coming. We're just doing review and approval over time. So I think we could. I'm not sure we're gonna reach limit of 300 people, but it's good. We are close to 200 people. So I think that's all for Reg. I have a question like related to my experience with balance sheet. Do we have like way to guide people when they go pick up the badge?
Yep, there is signage. If you scroll down, you'll be able to see some of the examples that are posted there.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's some examples from last week's meeting.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll also post like on the site and like on Twitter of how to get there, because that was posting on Twitter was probably actually the most effective way of getting people to.
I can say this venue is much simpler than Valencia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kobo's amazing. Also, Bob and I will be in town early enough. We might actually be able to do kind of what Lockie did and do our own little adventure with George. I don't want to commit either of our time because our time early there is kind of busy, but we could probably step away for 2 hours, make a little video. All right. Anything else or no?
Nope, nothing at this time.
Sweet.
Sorry, that's maybe for Brian. We like had someone reach out about registration this morning. He tried to register, but it was like blocked. I can post the message we got somewhere if that helpful for debug. So I don't know if like issue at the platform reg or maybe the user, the person is not knowing how to reg the summit. So I will try to post that somewhere.
It's the one I'm thinking of. They registered previously, were denied, but then got a sponsor later.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Awards with Ray.
Hey folks, like Brian mentioned, the awards have been finalized. Also, thank you to Mars and Joseph Sandoval with the awards. Our to-do list is drafting tweets to be sent on October 24th. Other to-do lists draft the blog for .dev to be released on that same day as well. The blog will have the winners, or will have the awardees, and also a little bit about the awards as well. Do want to bring up the award presentation formats. I guess we need to make a deck. And I'm assuming the Joseph, Mars, and myself will be the MCs of that. But like, just kind of meaning this, just, or in my head, definitely starting to think about creating that deck and making that. Other than that, we also need to update .dev for the /awards with the 2022 awards, so that's fairly easy on the day of. Yeah, so do we know, like, I guess I know the schedule is still to be determined, like in terms of format and timing. We do need to be cognizant of that, this awards also. Just let me know when.
So
and that'll be.
awards tends to be the last thing
Okay.
of the day.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good. I know for the Zoom one, it was really fast. I know this will be much longer with folks coming up, so we'll be mindful of that. Any kind of music we should provide as well? Should we do awards? Should we do, some like the Oscar music, or I don't know if we can, but
I don't know. I almost feel like it should be Benny Hill.
I like that.
I would say don't worry, but unless you have a strong opinion about what the music should be, I wouldn't worry too
Yeah.
much about that. And like, we can
Yeah.
put up a playlist. Honestly, the audio techs in the back usually have something ready to just press play on. So
As long as you have the option to play someone off like the Oscars, then I think you're all set.
All right. Other than that, I'll just get in touch with Mars and Joseph again about getting that deck ready, and the other things like the tweets, the blog posts. I'll get that going this week.
sweet. All right, awards questions. Otherwise, we're on to celebrations.
Hello. Yeah, only thing on my end is I'm working with Aki to put together questions for trivia. He's not able to attend KubeCon in person this time around, but I have still managed to bully him into providing content for me. So I think the only thing on my list then is I need to confirm if the venue can actually, like, if there's some mechanism by which we can show slides. I saw that we can use the PA system, so that's good, but probably wouldn't be the end of the world if we couldn't do slides, but yeah, it'd be cool if we could. Yeah, that's really all I got.
Brienne, do you know offhand?
I
by chance?
don't, but I can ask them about that.
Awesome.
That'd be great. Thank you.
No problem.
Alrighty. Last, certainly not least, Noah, ops.
The only thing I have up for this week is a facilities question. Because this is on Monday, we're going to want to do a walkthrough on Sunday just to make sure everything is intact. I assume because the people mover is there that the facility will be open and available, but I wanted to check and make sure.
I will be there Sunday as well, setting up. So I don't see any reason why we couldn't schedule a time to have everybody kind of do a walkthrough and a meet and greet.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I'll confirm times, and then we can kind of coordinate and plan something.
Perfect.
Okay. With that, does anyone have anything else they want, need, or have to have? Is anyone blocked on anything? I will take silence as a good thing. Have a good week, everybody. Hopefully, once we move into October, it's not too spooky for you. Bye-bye.
I think spooky is the amount of time left before KubeCon.
Please don't remind me.